And this is Revelation 20 and verse 3. And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that he must be loosed a little season. Kal halal Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahweh Shai B'Hashem, Rekwa Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. Peace and salutations to the brothers on down, teaching, preaching, pushing this gospel, good news to four corners of the earth, waking up the hopeful elect of the house of Israel. Greetings also to the few sisters that tune into these video epistles. I'll call this lesson Little Season. I was listening to a few videos yesterday. And through the Spirit, I just wanted to share a few thoughts here. I just want to get straight back into it, because this man, the Edomite, a white man, he's been exposed, and we're not getting off his case. He's in rulership. Whether you accept it or not, this man is in his rulership, and he's ruling in wickedness. But this little season of his is just about over. It's getting ready to be finished. Let's get back to the scripture here, chapter 20. And I saw, starting at 1, an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent. There's a lot of names here that goes for this man, the dragon, a serpent. What man? It's the Edomite. Our power, whose name is Yahweh, his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, has put this man in temporary charge of the earth. So Job 9 and 24 tells you that the earth has been given into this man's hand. Malachi 1 and 4 tells you who he is the wicked. Esau-Edom is the wicked, and he's in rulership. This is the fourth kingdom that we're in, the extended Roman Empire. And who's running it? It's him, Esau-Edom. He's the Edomite, calling himself the white man since 1681. And so we see all these names given for this man. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, who's getting ready to be removed from power, put into slavery, and then removed from the earth, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years, from around 300 AD to the 13th, 14th century. That's when this man was put to one side. He was up in the cave. That's why he gets his name Caucasian, means cave dweller, in the clefts of the rocks up there in the Caucasus Mountains. That's where he was. He couldn't do all his wickedness. He was put to one side, while the people call themselves the Moors, who were Hebrew Israelites, was ruling much of the known world, definitely large parts of Europe. And this is known, it's written up in their history books. Let's read 3 again. And cast him into the bottomless pit, shut him up, and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that he must be loosed a little season. So my mind was jumping back and forth with this little season. Just kept playing in my mind about this wicked man. Let's keep it moving here. Revelation 13. What's he doing in this little season? Deceiving the nations. That's what he is. That's what devil means, a deceiver, a liar. Revelation 13. Let's go from 5. And there was given unto him a mouth, speaking great things and blasphemies. He's put himself up as our power. Said he's God, you must worship him. He said he's the savior. They look like me, this long stringy hair, leprosy, thin lips, just got no rhythm, no nothing, just dumb, don't acknowledge that power. Said he is the power. The angels, the whole thing, everything about this man, there's something missing from him. He's tried to flip the script and say, oh no, you're the one who's cursed. But the scripture has got him bound to rights. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. And power was given unto him to continue 40 and 2 months. That's a specific period of time. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against the Most High, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven. Who's done that? This is iconoclasm. The defacing of all of the images. That's what he's done. Gone around and smashed up all of the images that have tried to remove from history. As it says in Psalms 83, there's a list of them headed up by this man, Esau-Edom and their chief house Amalek against the Hebrew Israelites. And it was given unto, maybe we'll have to get that and read it, unto him to make war with the saints who are Hebrew Israelites, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations, and all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him, whose names are not written in the book of the life of a lamb slain from the foundation of the world. Let's hold it there. Maybe we'll just quickly get Psalms 83 as I mentioned it there. Let's see, Psalms 83. Let's go from, 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. Who are those? They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation. We knew who we were in all the other different captivities. This is the only one where we totally forgot. Our memory was erased as to who we were. Deuteronomy 28:64 tells how we was spread to the four corners of the earth, worshipping the gods of wood and stone. And this nation with a strange language, with their strange God, and they come and bully and beat and murder and rape and plunder and force everyone to do his bidding and worship him. A nation, the name of Israel, may be no more in remembrance, for they have consulted together with one consent. This is all the other nations. They are confederate against thee. Who's the first one at the head of the list? Psalms 83 and verse 6. The tabernacles of Edom. That's that white man, Esau. And the Ishmaelites, that's the Arabs. Moab, that's the Chinese and the Koreans. And the Hagarenes, I think that's more Arabs. And Gebal, Ammon, Amalek. Ammon is Japanese. Amalek is a chief house. They're currently in rulership. And the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre. And it goes on listing all these countries, all of these nations that have come against the Hebrew Israelites. So we're sticking to get back on track here. Job. We just would want to look, a thought came to me just matching up this man going up and down in the earth. Just get a few verses here in Job 2:1-3. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord. And Satan came also among them to present himself. This is twice here. It's saying present himself. When you put that into a Google search, it refers to you being of a lower status, presenting yourself to someone as a higher status, telling us straight that this man is in subjection to a higher power. So he's amongst the angels. He's a son of God. Satan we're speaking about, presenting himself to the higher power. You got people confused, worshiping Satan, thinking that he's a power. No, he is under the power. So that's why he's presenting himself along with the other angels as sons of God, which is what he is. He's a demon who is in the heavens, and that's his job. So he came to present himself before the Lord, all caps is Yahweh. And the Lord said unto Satan, from whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said, he is walking up and down and going to and fro. This is no easy thing. That means I'm doing my job, being a nuisance, causing mischief, and setting traps and snares to trap up your people, those whose names are not written, to trick them, and even those whose names are written to cause them to doubt, to challenge them. This is a part of the Most High's movie. And as we read further on, we'll see that he is no respecter. He doesn't care. He actually went to Yahushua himself and tried to deceive him. Let's keep reading here. Well, just read verse 3. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job? And there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High, and escheweth as avoids evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity. And although you movest me against him, to destroy him without cause. So I'm not going to go any further into it. Just this thought of this man moving up and down in the earth. It's his little season to cause as much mayhem and be a nuisance. He's doing his job. So where are we going to get the Apocrypha? Let's read a few verses here in Sirach. Sirach, I think we're going to go from verse 6. In the waves of the sea, speaking of wisdom in all the earth, and in every people and nation, I got a possession. With all these I sought rest, and in whose inheritance shall I abide? So the Creator of all things gave me a commandment. This is wisdom. And he that made me caused my tabernacle to rest, and said, let thy dwelling be in Jacob, and thine inheritance in Israel. That's why they hate us. He created me from the beginning, before the world, and I shall never fail. In the holy tabernacle I served before him, and so was I established in Zion. Amen. Likewise, in the beloved city he gave me rest, and in Jerusalem was my power. And I took root in an honorable people, even in the portion of the Lord's inheritance, who is Jacob. We see that repeated over and over. I think Deuteronomy 32:8, and actually let's just get it. Where are you? Deuteronomy. Sure, it's 32. 8 and 9. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. See all this one world stuff, one religion, one this, one that, let's all come together. No, the Most High divided the nations. Listen to verse 9. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance. See? So there's no doubt as to who are the people, who are his special people. Verse, I think back to Sirach, let's get one verse here, 23. All these things are in the book of the covenant of the Most High God, even the law which Moses commanded for an heritage unto the congregations of Jacob. You just cannot get around these scriptures here. It's not my words. I'm not making up, nothing to do with me. I'm just reading the book. Sirach 44. Let's go from 19. Abraham was a great father of many people. In glory was there none like unto him, who kept the law of the Most High and was in covenant with him. He established a covenant in his flesh, and when he was proved, he was found faithful. Therefore he assured him by an oath that he would bless the nations in his seed, not seeds, and that he would multiply him as the dust of the earth, and exalt his seed as the stars, and cause them to inherit from sea to sea, and from the river unto the utmost part of the land. With Isaac did he establish likewise for Abraham his father's sake the blessing of all men, and the covenant, and made it rest upon the head of Jacob. He acknowledged him in his blessing, and gave him an heritage, and divided his portion among the 12 tribes did he part them. How do you get around these truths that are in the scriptures? Your little season is almost over, and you can't get past what is written in the book. This white man going up and down saying, I want you to call me the white man. It doesn't change what is written in the book. You can't get around it. You're setting your traps, you're setting your snares, you're doing your role. We're going to go to Luke. That's your role in the movie, and you're about to be put out of your misery. Luke 22. Let's go from 28. Ye are they, this is red letter, Yahushua is speaking. Ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations. And I appoint unto you a kingdom, as my Father hath appointed unto me, that ye may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom, and sit on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, he's called him twice. Behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. Simon is the head of the church. This was said before. This man doesn't care. He's going after anyone. Simon, Simon, behold, Satan had desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, con means with vert is the truth, strengthen thy brethren. See? Esau's little season of running up and down in the earth, it's almost over since its rebirth, 13th, 14th century up until now. Look at the state that the earth is being run in. Let's get this last few scriptures here. 2nd Ezra 6. And this really, if no other verse or no other two verses could tell you why they don't want you to acknowledge this apocrypha. 2nd Ezra 6 from 7 to 9. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? And when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he, this is Uriel speaking to the prophet Ezra. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau, signifying pulling him out, dragging him out from the power seat. For Esau, the white man, the Edomite, is the end of the world, the age. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That's why people, they can't acknowledge who is actually in rulership. They're blocked from this truth. They can't say it because this man is actually blinded. Their eyes are blinded. They can't say that this man is in rulership, even though they can see that he is. Once you acknowledge that he's in rulership, then you know that he's the Edomite. We're at the end of this age, the end of his term of rulership, his term of office, so to speak. You just gotta do your implantable device, and then let's just get it over and done with. Let's Revelation 12. Let's go from 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. That's the second in command under Yahushua. And the dragon fought and his angels. Who's this? This is Esau-Edom and all of the other nations who joined unto him and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. That's in the higher regions. The heavens up there in the air fighting, but also removing. This speaks to removing him from the power seat. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his anointed. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb, who's Yahushua, and by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto death. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe is destruction to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil, this white man, is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Come with it. Get that implantable device. Stop dancing around the flames and just do it. Do it. Your little season is over. Shalom till the next lesson. Fear no God.